Are you someone who sees too much of this move coming into impact? And more importantly, are you someone who's trying to do more of this move consciously in order to fix that? Well, today's video is all geared around why more of this is not going to help you fix this, that impact, and the reasons why that is, and how we effectively want to go about doing that. So the phrase we're looking to discuss today is the classic pulling down on the golf club, that pulling the chain type analogy many of you have come across before. And reasons that some people might gravitate towards that to get you hitting down the golf ball, compressing it, all that kind of stuff. And for you guys who struggle with that because you're a little bit flippy coming into the hitting area, I totally understand why you'd gravitate towards that. However, in some, and actually in quite a lot of cases, that pulling down type analogy in the golf swing is actually quite detrimental to this move coming to hitting area. And that's all due to a phrase called shaft pitch, the angle at which the golf club operates on coming down. Because if we get that a little bit out of whack, we're going to get quite reactionary to that, and that's going to work against us. So what do I mean by that? Well, it's important to understand when we pull down, or we go vertically down on the golf club and with the handle, what component that is. And that is a component of steepening. So that's when the golf club will stand much taller. Even though your hands might get close to the floor to encourage a bit more ground contact, it's going to make that golf club stand more upright. And the reason that works against you is that is not a position that you want to be in if you're looking to move away from a flip. Because a reaction to that, especially a better player's reaction to that, is to subsequently lift up, which moves you away from the floor, to now lose the wrist angle, to get that golf club back down into the floor, effectively to re-shallow that golf club, and that is what's going to introduce the flip. We don't want a golf club steepening on the way down if we're trying to fix a flip, because we're going to react to that by re-shallowing, standing up, flipping, and that's going to be just very counterintuitive. A really good video for you guys to look at, if you've not looked at before, is with the gears technology that the guys at Athletic Performance Golf have done, which is really good and uses really good tour data on how a lot of golfers, especially higher end golfers, move from transition down into impact. And it's not by the golf club being pulled down on, but it's actually by the handle moving away. Now, the reason that's so important is if we are in a position where the hands are moving away from our body, we're effectively getting wider, not narrower, wider. That is not a component that's going to encourage the golf club to steepen, but that's now going to get the golf club into a position where I'm going to now be more inclined or more encouraged to rotate. If I can maintain a good pitch of the shaft and not overly steepen it by pulling down the handle, I'm subsequently going to encourage a rotational component, create lots of space at impact, and I'm just going to want to present the hands nice and squarely and passively through the hit. I'm not going to want to pull, get steep, stand flip in order to rectify that. I've got a nice wide arc, I'm rotating through because of that, and that's what we want to see. And that's the most important takeaway from today's lesson. Fixing a flip isn't by pulling down the handle because you're going to get steep and that's going to work against you, but you actually want to maintain a nice shaft pitch so you can effectively rotate through the hit and just present the hands passively through the hitting area. The impact that you guys, especially you flippers of the world, are looking for. So the drill is just as such, really simple. I break it down to two stages. First, just educate yourself on how the hands move away in transition. Because if you guys have been trying to do that, been used to pulling down the golf club for so long, it's going to feel very alien to you to feel like the hands are moving away. And I encourage you to go watch that video which uses data to solidify why this is the right way to go about things. Get the hands moving away. They're not going to completely straighten, and not to be confused with losing the wrist angle. We're not trying to promote a loss of wrist angle here. We're trying to get the arms, especially if you think about this right arm, to move away from you a little bit on the way down. That doesn't mean move across. That means to move towards the camera. You're effectively making the arc of the swing considerably wider. The circle at which your golf swing operates on is now wider on the way down because of this move. And as we just said a moment ago, when you get that under wraps, you can now think about rotating. Think about this left hip moving behind you. If you can do those two components at the same time, you're now going to create a really easy, powerful position versus the pulling down, stall flip, which we're looking to gravitate away from. So, the drill that we're looking for, get those arms moving away. Once you feel comfortable with that, blend in a little bit of rotation, especially in the lower half. And if you can do a few swings, hitting the ground with that idea, not full power, but start small to begin with, you can now look to put that onto a golf ball. you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment on the comment section down below. Drop me a follow on my socials, and for you guys interested in the online or in-person coaching, drop me a follow on the SKILLEST app, search David Atkins and drop me a message on the messaging tab from there. But until next time, catch you on the next one.